So what is TestNG framework? TestNG is nothing but a test next generation framework. Okay, test next generation framework. Okay, then what are the advantages with the TestNG framework? Basically, it provides a lot of flexibility to organize our test scripts. So what kind of flexibility it provides? Basically, it organizes our test scripts into test suites, into test classes, tests, and then test classes, and then test methods. Okay, test methods. That means the so test suites where we can have a multiple test names, and then inside test we have test classes. Inside test classes we have test methods, right? So this is how actually test NG organizes our test cases or test scripts. And then how it will organizes our test methods. Test methods again can be organized by using before, okay, before class, after class, okay, before method and after method, and at the rate test. Okay, so these are the very frequently used annotations in a test engine. So before class means whatever the functionality you want to invoke before the test class, we can implement with the before class annotation. After class, before means before every method. If you want to do before every test method, if you want to do certain kind of functionality, we go for a before, and similarly for a after. Okay, I will show you how do we create and how do you install. Installation is very simple. You can directly go to help. Okay, here you can see install new software. Let's go to add. Okay, here we have to give a testng bust. Okay, bust.com Eclipse. This is what we have to give, and here you can give any name actually, testng whatever. Then I click OK. Automatically, the repository of testng gets added to your Eclipse. I have already added. I will show you. Okay, what I have added. Here you can see. So these are the softwares which I have added. Here you can see testng. So from here it is going to add all the required updates. See DL, okay, by intri.com, testng team, testng Eclipse release 6.14.3 and so on. Okay. So this is one way. Another way of adding the testng plugin to the software is you can directly go to help, go to Eclipse Marketplace. Here you can search with the testng. You can search with the testng. Okay, automatically you can find the appropriate plugin for testng in Eclipse. Okay, yeah, see testng for Eclipse. You have to install it. Already installed. See, look at here, it's already installed. Okay, so how do we know whether it has been installed or not? So we can check by going to the file, go to new. Okay, go to new, go to other. Okay, here you can find testng with the testng class. Okay, if you have testng class template, that means testng plugin is properly installed on your Eclipse. Okay, is it clear? Yeah, okay. So you just click next. Okay, registration, after method, before method, and so on. You can select any one of these methods. Okay, you want to. Okay, ideally what we have to do, just go to file, new. Okay, so Java project. test ng. Okay, demos. Just click next. Okay, click finish. Test ng demos has been created. Just right click, go here, src, just right click, go to new. Okay, package, test ng, done. Okay, again just right click, go to new, go to other, test ng class, just click next. Here you can see these are the annotations provided by the test ng. Before method, after method, data provided, before class, after class, before test, after test, before suite, after suite. Okay, these many methods are there: before class, after class, before test, after test, before method, after method, data provider. I will explain what is data provider later. Just click finish. So this is how it looks like. See, org test ng annotation dot test and so on at the rate test, at the rate before method, the rate after method, provider and so on. Okay. So since test ng plugin, I mean jar files are not added, not in the build path, we are getting all these errors. You go to build path, configure build path. Okay. Just go to add library, test ng library. Okay, just click next, finish, apply. Okay, click OK, done. So all errors are gone now. There's no error. Okay, clear? Demo, test ng, test, Control S. Okay, rename it. Done. Okay, so this is how it looks like. See, at the data provider DP, and this is a function name. We can have any number of functions here. Actually, function name can be test case, test method one. Let's log in. Okay. Log out. Transfer. Money. And so. Okay, clear? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is how actually we use then inside this system dot println of the value of integer is okay plus So login, logout, and this one. Before method means before each and every test method, this part gets executed. Okay. Okay. So just right click, So look at here, how many tests are there? There are 3 tests are there, right? What are the tests? Login, logout, and transfer money, something. Okay, 3 tests are there. Okay, here one more advantage with the login is we are just using data provider. Data provider is nothing but a parameterizing our test. That means how many records are there here? Data provider, basically we have 2 records. Okay, it's a 2-dimensional array type object. In this 2-dimensional array type object, there are 2 records are there. First record contains integer a, 1, a, 2, b. If you use data provider and tag the data provider to the test method, tagging is nothing but adding data provider equal to dp, right? So if you add, automatically what happens? How many records are there? 2 records are there. This method gets executed twice. Okay, this method gets executed twice. Okay. Now, coming to before method, before each and every method, this functionality gets executed. See, and then coming to before class. How many classes are there? Only one class. Before test ng class is only one class, and so it gets executed once. Okay. And then before tester, this is nothing but a test basically. Okay, I will show you what is test and all. Just right click. So one more advantage with testng, we can create a configuration file. Okay. So right, if you have some hundreds of test cases, we can execute only certain test cases, and certain test cases can be ignored, right? So convert. Where is this convert? Go here. Just right click, testng, convert to testng. Okay, here you can see the location of the configuration file. This is a .xml file configuration. Yeah, here you can see the suite. What is the suite name? Suite, you can give any suite name actually. Demo, test suite. What is the test name? Test name, demo test. You can give any test name. Okay. And here you can see the class. Class name is this. Okay. Just click next. Okay. Just click finish. Now, if you look at testng.xml file, configuration.xml file has been created. Just right click, run as testng suite. That's all. This is how we have to run. Okay. So we got an error. It's fine. So what's the error? Line number 3, parallel attribute. Fine, no issues. Just go to configure.xml file. I remember it is false. Let's run as testng suite. Okay, here you can see how many test methods are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, twice it has been executed because we have 2 data entries. 1, 2, twice. Where you have tagged actually, the data provider has been tagged to login and okay, transfer money. That's why transfer money and login has been executed twice. Okay, logout has been executed only once. There is no functionality created inside. That's the reason it is showing warning. So I'm just going to create a very simple thing called system.out.println of this is logout test method. Right, then control S, just right click, run as. That's it. Okay, so log out, log in, log out, and then transfer money. It is executed twice. Okay, clear? Just go to console and check, see. Total 5 test cases are there. Failures are 0, skip, 1 skipped. Okay, so this is how actually it looks like.
What
Before
is
each test method, before test method gets executed, before class and then method. Okay, test class and then method and then the test method. See here again, the value of integer is 1, the value of string is a. Yeah, now tell me your question. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, one item was skipped. What was that?
Skipped, I think logout has been skipped because we have passed with integers, but we didn't use, right? Maybe that's the reason. Yeah. Let's go and check now. Everything is passed. Yes, done. Nothing is skipped. No. Okay.
Okay, and can you explain the return statement once?
Where is the return statement?
It is somewhere below data provider. No. Yeah, data provider.
Data provider, there is no return statement. You see here, we are using data provider tag. So automatically it acts as a 2-dimensional array type object. Okay. And here we are using 2 records, 1, a. This is integer, this is string. This is integer, and this is string. So if you create additional object, so what it does, Control C, Control V, 3, and C. Control S. Just right click, run as. So, I mean, it will get executed thrice. Okay. So
Yeah,
here you,
yeah,
I
I
think
am
you
not
are
able
referring to this
to.
statement return. Nothing
Yeah.
actually, this object basically returns 2-dimensional array type object. Okay, array type object. The data provider at the end of the day returns these values, that's all. Okay, so whenever we use this data provider tag at the test method level, okay, it iterates those many times, that's all.
No, I understand that, but I'm not able to understand the syntax for that return statement. How do we write that? It's public object TP because we write normally is equals to new when we create the object, right? In front of that declaration only, like public object TP is equals to new object, something like that.
Okay,
But here it
okay.
is something different.
No, there's no difference actually. Here it is a public and a return type. This is a return type. Okay. And this is the name of the function. What it is returning? What it
Object.
is returning actually 2-dimensional array. 2-dimensional array it is.
Yeah.
Got it?
But how can we start with return new object? We are returning two-dimensional array. Okay. 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 So can we return two-dimensional array like this, or when I never saw this?
No, we can write like this also. Here what we are doing, we are returning 2-dimensional array. So what we are doing, we are just adding records first by using new keyword and then returning new 2-dimensional array, return new object of 2-dimensional array. Inside that we are just adding the records. Maybe it is new for you. The syntax is same. There's no, okay, syntactical error. 2-dimensional
No,
array.
I mean I never saw the new statement, new keyword in the return statement. That's
Hmm.
why I'm little confused. We can would have write directly return object, right? Instead of writing new.
If you don't give, I think it will return error. See, you have to give new. Then only it will allocate memory, right? Otherwise, it doesn't allocate memory.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is all about TestNG, how it looks like and all. And then, since you know Selenium, what you have to do, you have to add all the required Selenium jar files and put your implementation here. Inside each test method, you can add your Selenium logic.
Okay. Yeah.
So let me know if you have any questions so I can explain once again. I think, right?
Yeah, maybe a proper integration test with TestNG because it is now separate, right?
Yeah, it's not
But
separate.
maybe if we have.
They have integrated using config.xml file. And if you want to run, you no need to go and run the script. Okay, you can directly go to config.xml file, just run it.
No, I mean, if we have some Selenium code in there, and we have some classes, and then we have a TestNG, so all those things.
Yeah, of course. If you want to add Selenium code, you don't need to do any rocket science. Simply just go to your project, go to build path, add all the required Selenium code, Selenium jar files, and put your logic inside the login and logout under transformer.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, if we have a small project or something which will have TestNG and Selenium, a small mini project, something like
Yeah,
that.
sure. I'll show you. Okay. See, I will show you one simple example. Okay. So where is this? So look at here, this is a very simple program. I don't think so it works. I'm using the older version of the application. So let's see. Yeah. So look at here. Okay. Just a second. Okay, here we can see this is a Selenium with a TestNG. Okay, and with data parameterization. Here you can see data provider and how many objects are there? 1, 2, 3. Three records are there. Okay, and the application is I think this is a different application again. Yes. Think what about this? I think I can use this application. Let me run and see. Data provider. SAS Labs. Okay. So data providers of slabs. This one. Okay. So try to understand here. There are two classes. There are two classes here. Selenium WebDriver underscore initialization 1 data provide test underscore soft slabs. Okay, there are two classes we have included in the same testng.configuration file. Okay, so how do you run? Again, you just right click. Okay, run as testng suite. See, parameterization is happening. Okay, the first record is over, second record is over, third record it is taking, and fourth record also it is taking, and the last record it has entered properly. Okay, so that means it has been executed 4 times. Yeah, we need to tweak the code a little bit. Okay, it is again parameterizing from where it is taking. It is taking from here. It is taking from here. Okay, Devi, Jivanti, and so on, right? This is the data from where it is taking. Okay, again, it is a two-dimensional array object, and it returns two-dimensional array. Data provider we have used. The name of the data provider is authentication. So where we are using this authentication is used at a, okay, yeah, here, login functionality. Login functionality, there is another functionality called registration. Here we have used, okay. At this point, we are using authentication where we are passing first name, and so on, okay. Okay, so try to look at the test methods. It has been executed many times. Launch application, login. Login has been executed almost 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I think 4 times it has been executed. Yes, 4, 5 times it has been executed. Or 6 times. 6 times it has been executed. Okay, and then add products, add items, and so on. Okay, so it looks very, very what you called very uncomfortable to see the test results, right? See, the test results also will be generated by the testng framework. Where it has been generated, just right click on the project, just refresh it. Refresh. Okay. There is a folder called test output. This folder has been generated automatically. You don't need to do any kind of configuration. That automatically get generated. Okay, here you can see the testng report. Okay. So out of 17 test cases, 1 test case is failed, 16 test cases are passed. Okay. And look at here, what are those test cases? These many test cases are there. Login 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times it has been executed. Just click login. See, login has been executed with a different type of test data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Okay. And again, coming back to another test method, launch application, it has been executed only once. Logout also has been executed only once. E-bill calculator, why it is failed? Because we have compared with the actual and actual expected value. Here I just want to get $39.98, but in actual application it is showing only $9.99. That's why our test case is failed. Intentionally we make this test case failed. Okay, I will show you which test case got failed. Okay, billing. Just go to billing directly. Registration, login, logout. Control. No. Then where is this test method? bill calculate, Control C. So data provider test underscore source labs, data provider test underscore source labs here. Okay, it's Control F, Control B here. Okay, so this test case has been failed. The reason is actually here you can see we are using assertion statements. We are comparing $39.98, but actually the bill amount is only 9.99 something. Okay, that's the reason 39.98 we are comparing, but we actually billing is 9.98. That's the reason our test case is failed. Okay, let me explain the code. Very simple. As usual, you have to create a TestNG class. Inside TestNG class, we create a data provider. This is a data provider. So this data provider returns two-dimensional array. Inside two-dimensional array, we are just creating the values. So this is username, this is password. This is username, this is password. How many records are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 records are there. That's the reason login functionality has been executed 6 times. Okay. Login test case has been executed twice. And then coming to tear down, where we are just closing the driver, launching application, we are simply launching the application. And data provider with login functionality. Here we have added the data provider equal to authentication. Okay. So this is username, this is password. Same values you are passing in our test script. Here you can see username dot send keys of username dot send keys of password. That's all. There's no much difference. Okay. Whatever the username and password fields we are just passing as a formal argument, same arguments we are passing in our test script. There's no much difference. Okay, clear?
So we are passing that data provider is equals to authentication for multiple methods, right?
No, not required. Do you pass actually username only useful for login, right?
Okay.
Username only useful for login. Other functionalities you can't use it.
Yeah, but like here at the rate test, we have written data provider is equals to authentication. So one method is login, which is the other method.
This is another method. Add products.
Okay, so here we have not given data provider. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. B items, add items, and so on.
Okay,
So
there is
here,
something called Maven project also, right? Maven project. I have heard about that.
Maven project, yes, I will explain later, Maven. Just focus on TestNG currently.
Okay, okay.
So this is all about TestNG. Okay. So probably tomorrow we'll discuss Maven.
Yeah. Yeah. This TestNG looks complex, but maybe it's not that complex.
Yeah, you need to
We
practice
just,
basically. I don't know whether you're practicing or not. So if you
yeah, not
practice,
always. Yeah.
please practice. Try to practice in your free time.
Is there any site I can go and practice for this Selenium TestNG online?
Site, you can't get all these things. Advanced topics, you don't get.
Okay.
Okay, with the people who have some hands-on experience only, they can explain, right? Okay, so you want to practice means you want sample application. Sample application, you can take sourcedemo.com.
Okay. So I mean, instead of doing it on my local, I can practice there also. If there are test labs or something.
Yeah, you can use it.
So any sites, do you know?
Sites I told you, right? You can use sourcedemo.com for practice. This can be used.
No, here, this is not, this is the test application. I mean, where I can use the Eclipse or something, IDE.
Well, like that, huh? I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay, then I
we'll
will
catch up tomorrow.
do it on my machine. Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah.
We'll catch up tomorrow. We'll discuss Maven. Okay, try to explore Maven.
Okay.
Meanwhile, bit difficult Maven also. But if you
Yeah.
explore before the class, at least you can ask more questions.
Yeah. And after 20 September, I don't see videos. Maybe can you send that?
Yeah, I've shared all the records, right?
Oh, actually, when I search after 20 September, I don't see.
October 20th September. Can please check once again. I will check from my end also. I am just
Okay,
uploading
okay,
directly after completing the
okay.
course and sharing the videos to you.
Yeah, because I have to go to the main mailbox,
Hmm.
uh, and there I'm searching with control. So then I see 20 September. Okay, I will